The Monkey and the Needle-Billed Bird, a lesson in giving advice. In a lush, misty forest, the air was thick with the scent of wet earth and leaves as winter approached and the skies darkened with looming clouds. A troop of monkeys leapt from branch to branch, chattering excitedly, yet shivering from the cold. They were restless and hungry, and the harsh winter rains had made their lives uncomfortable. As they searched desperately for food, their eyes fell upon clusters of vibrant red fruits dangling from a nearby tree. But the monkeys, blinded by hunger and ignorance, mistook the fruits for burning coals. They began tearing at the leaves and grass around them, blowing furiously in the hope of cooling down what they imagined were sparks of fire. Their efforts were frantic and chaotic, entirely futile, and the storm did nothing to abate their confusion. Perched safely above in the canopy, observing the futile commotion, was a needle-billed bird, a small but wise creature whose sharp eyes missed nothing. She watched the monkeys, her heart filling with concern. She called down to them, her voice steady and clear despite the rain. "Oh, foolish ones," she chirped, wings flapping to maintain balance on the swaying branch. "Those are not fire sparks, they are red fruits. Blowing upon them will do you no good. You cannot fight the cold with this. Seek shelter in a cave or under thick foliage until the rains pass. The storm clouds are too dense, and the rain will not stop soon." But the monkeys were arrogant and prideful. One of them, particularly bold, snapped back angrily. "Who are you to interfere in our matters? Mind your own business and leave us alone." The bird persisted, offering guidance again and again, trying to steer the monkeys towards safety. But the more she advised, the more the monkeys' irritation grew. Unable to bear the wisdom being imposed upon them, one monkey leapt and caught the bird, striking her against a branch until her life was extinguished. The forest fell silent for a moment, the rain pattering softly as the truth sank in. Good advice, when unsolicited, may not only be ignored, but can also provoke resentment and even harm toward the giver. 2. Moral analysis. Why wisdom must be shared carefully. This fable, written nearly 3 millennia ago, offers a striking lesson. Giving advice without being asked can be wasted effort or even dangerous. The needle-billed bird acted from genuine concern, aiming to save the monkeys from their folly. Yet, the arrogance and stubbornness of the monkeys turned her well-intentioned guidance into a threat to herself. The moral is subtle yet profound. Wisdom alone does not guarantee influence. Context, timing, and receptivity matter. Advice is most effective when requested. Otherwise, even the wisest counsel can trigger anger or rejection. Just as the monkey's pride blinded them to reason, humans too can dismiss sound advice due to ego, fear, or resistance to change. This story also illustrates the human tendency to respond defensively to guidance, especially when it challenges current beliefs or behavior. The bird's tragic fate underscores that wisdom, no matter how valuable, must be delivered with discernment and respect for the listener's readiness. 3. Corporate reflections, lessons for the workplace. The forest in this tale mirrors the modern office, where hierarchy, pride, and miscommunication often collide. The fable provides essential insights into workplace dynamics, particularly regarding advice, mentorship, and collaboration. A. Timing and permission for advice. Corporate leaders and mentors must first seek engagement and consent before providing counsel, ensuring that it is welcomed and actionable. B. Understanding ego and resistance. Understanding this human tendency allows mentors, managers, and colleagues to tailor their advice carefully, avoiding conflict and fostering receptivity. C. Respecting autonomy. In corporate environments, coaching and guidance are more effective when delivered collaboratively and respectfully. D. Recognizing risk in guidance roles. In workplaces, providing guidance without understanding organizational politics or personalities can backfire. The lesson is to approach advisory roles with strategy, empathy, and situational awareness. E. Encouraging safe channels for feedback. Feedback sessions, open door policies, and mentorship programs allow guidance to be shared in ways that minimize conflict and maximize impact, ensuring that wisdom is received rather than resented. 4. Personal reflections, facing life's challenges with wisdom and discretion. Life presents challenges and difficult situations where friends, family, or colleagues may act unwisely. While the impulse to correct or guide them is natural, the fable warns that timing, tact, and consent are crucial. A. Knowing when to offer advice. Observing, listening, and assessing readiness before giving advice can prevent unnecessary conflict and disappointment. B. Managing ego and expectations. Personal success sometimes lies not in convincing others, but in waiting until they are prepared to accept guidance. C. Supporting without imposing. It is possible to help others without forcing solutions. Encouragement, modeling behavior, or sharing information indirectly can allow individuals to arrive at understanding independently, reducing the risk of resentment. D. Learning from setbacks. Experiencing such setbacks teaches resilience, patience, and strategic thinking, skills essential in navigating complex relationships and personal challenges. E. Building alliances for safety. Collaboration and shared wisdom enhance both personal and collective security. 5. Contemporary analogy, lessons for today. In today's world, unsolicited advice can mirror the forest scenario in myriad ways. A junior employee offers suggestions to a senior manager only to face dismissal or irritation. A friend warns another about poor financial or health choices but meets resistance. Family members attempt to intervene in personal matters, leading to arguments rather than change. In all these situations, the principle is consistent. Advice is most effective when welcomed. Trying to force wisdom upon someone who is unwilling may provoke conflict and even damage relationships, much like the needle-billed bird's tragic encounter. 7. Conclusion. A timeless lesson. The story of the needle-billed bird and the monkeys offers a timeless cautionary tale. Good intentions alone do not ensure successful guidance. Wisdom must be coupled with discernment, patience, and respect for the autonomy of others. Whether in a corporate boardroom, a personal relationship, or a community setting, the principle holds. Advice should be given thoughtfully and when requested. Ego and pride can blind individuals to reason, making unsolicited guidance potentially harmful. Observation, empathy, and timing are essential for influence and safety. In modern life, we encounter our own monkeys and situations or individuals resistant to guidance. The fable reminds us to act with discretion, provide support when appropriate, and recognize that sometimes the wisest intervention is patience rather than insistence. As the needle-billed bird demonstrated courage and foresight, we too must cultivate wisdom in how we share knowledge. In offices, homes, and communities, strategic, empathetic advice transforms potential conflict into constructive growth. And above all, this story underscores the delicate balance between intention and reception, urging us to act wisely, gently, and with awareness of human nature.